Hi, and welcome to Deloraine. Welcome to Deloraine. Just arrived and we've got the Folk Museum, so let's go inside and check it out and see what it's all about. Peak the Surfaroo World Tasmanian Tour. Let's go and do it!
And the thousands upon thousands of meters of thread used in its construction.
Well guys, there's so much to see here. This historical village, just going back in the days of the settlers when they only had firewood for power, no electricity. Had to work hard stacking all the wood. What a job. Keeps you fit. This is my pad. Guys, let's check out some more historical houses and the way they used to live in the good old days when everything was so easy, non-computers, nothing, free, days were longer and life was heaps better. Peak the Surfaroo. Historical Tasmania, Deloraine.
I was born to the saddle, born to a life I will never leave. The life of a drover has always been the only life for me. And like my father before me, I rode every stock route in the land. And on the old Georgina track is where the boy in me became a man. Well, I've seen all the changes in 50 years at 15 miles a day, with drought, floods and midnight rushes, trying to change my mind along the way. But I'm still in the saddle, still trying to settle down a restless mob, stirred up by the Distant roar of a diesel in the night. Just another thief trying to steal my job. They call me Georgina's son, and I come from a long family line. And Georgina's son is going back one more time. From Lake Nash to the Black Stump, this one's for the sake of old Lang Syne. And Georgina's son is going back to see the old girl one more time. Now from the top end to the bottom, with 1,000 head down 1,000 miles. But I'd sooner be a has-been than to change to suit some other way of life. And if the past could live again, if time stood still on the drover's side, then on the old Georgina track, well, if wishes were horses, old drovers would ride. They call me Georgina's son, and I come from a long family line. And Georgina's son.
Hard day's work. Guys, how you going? This is the trapper's hut, where they used to go out and hunt the wild animals for food, and this is the shelter we used to live in. All natural, all great. Pete the Surferoo, yeah. We're in a little town of
Chudley.
Chudley,
Chudley
okay.
in Tasmania.
So when you're cruising from overseas, Europe, America, wherever you're from, and you're in Launceston and you're cruising down, remember the name Chudley, there's this little house with bees in it. Yeah. Come in and get nature's best at first here with Steph. A lot of people, when they go and buy the really good Manuka honey, they're saying, I've got to get the highest grade. Now, what I've been told, I think it's right, that all honey actually heals. The high ones only if you're really sick.
Yeah, so all honeys are antibacterial.
Right.
But the Manuka honeys do have different levels of antibacterial activity. However, the higher rated product, it's really only an issue if you've got a major infection or something terribly wrong with you. You probably want to go for a high rated product. If you're just using it mainly for coughs and colds, just general health and maintenance, the lower rated is quite satisfactory and it's more affordable.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, for all the fitness industry out there, like, they're always striving for protein. Protein. Now, did you know that actual honey has got protein?
Actually, it's the pollen.
Yes.
Yeah, so the honey doesn't of itself, I mean, there might be some traces of it, but it's the pollen which the bees collect from the flowers and they bring it back into the hive and they actually use it to feed the baby bees.
Oh, wow.
And it's really high in protein, calcium, iron, B vitamins. So it's really like nature's multivitamin mineral. So you can actually get pollen in the granules that you can just sprinkle on your cereal or add to smoothies. It's like one of the superfoods. So
amazing stuff.
Yeah.
So if you don't eat a lot of meat and you're just on fish and chicken like I am, perfect thing to have for breakfast.
Pollen's a good substitute for that.
Now, not only that, but skincare.
That's it. Yep. So when you're running around outside, you need to have your beeswax lip balm handy because that's really going to lock in moisture and protect your skin. Also, honey's really good for skin. Royal jelly's really good for skin. So we've got like creams with the royal jelly and it's really nourishing. So it's a really good product, honey.
And for all those people out there that like sweets, ice cream made of honey.
That's it. So we've got ice cream, we've got nougat, and it's all made here on the premises.
If you're out there and you want to buy chocolate, substitute it with honey.
That's it,
Better for you. And you know it's going to do something good for your body.
Yeah, and honey is a good product because it's a complex sugar, so it goes through your system a lot slower than obviously if you're eating a whole heap of white sugar product, it just goes straight through your system. Get those highs, so whereas honey is a lot slower, which is a good thing,
Great. Guys, Pete the Surferoo, I'm moving on. We're going to Strahan after that to see the big seas over there and go on a big cruise. See you soon, guys. Bye. Welcome to Mole Creek. We're just about halfway there to get over the other side towards Strahan. Cradle Mountains is our next stop off, but I'm staying 2 nights here. So many things to see. We're going to go to a zoo, visit a devil. We're going to go to the caves. We're going to go check out something that comes out of the ground that's worth quite a lot of money. Guys, stick with me. Pete the Surferoo all the way. Tasmanian World Tour, yeah! I'm here with Rachel from Mole Creek Cabins. Rachel, how are you?
Fantastic, thank you.
It's great to see all these Tasmanians with a smile, no stress. I mean, it's just magnificent. Check out this country scene, it is amazing.
I mean, it's just the beautiful air, the amazing view, the quiet, but we're 15 minutes from Deloraine and only half an hour, 40 minutes from Launceston. Less than an hour's drive, you can be here in paradise.
And it's such a small town, but it's got so much to offer. Some of the places to see here, I've just been out and checked out the caves and all the plantations, and we've got deer and so much.
Truffles, cheese, chocolate, raspberries, strawberries, homebrew, gin, cider. There's something for everyone.
And everything's organic. Even here at the cabins, you make your own chocolate and cookies.
Absolutely. every day. So, I mean, there's something really nice about having a hot chocolate and marshmallows on a cold night, some cookies, a little bit of a sweet treat. These are our homemade Anzac briskets that you get, along with our homemade hot chocolate and marshmallows. It's a little bit chilly at the moment, but nothing beats a beautiful homemade cookie at night with a hot chocolate. Who doesn't love a sweet treat?
Sounds great. Now tell us about your cabins.
Okay, just through here, combination of studio cabins which sleep 2 adults and a child. Then we have 1 bedrooms that sleep 4 adults and a child. And then we have Trapper's Lodge over here, which is great for big family groups because it sleeps up to 8 adults. Big, huge kitchens. Actually, all the cabins have fully equipped kitchens as well.
Wow.
One of the great things about Mole Creek Cabins is that we welcome not only families but your fur kids as well. So people with puppies and dogs are welcome to bring them along, and it's just a simple cleaning fee. So lots and lots of room for them to run around, and of course a really safe environment for them to sleep in as well. Really nice spot to kind of discover the whole kind of northwestern area of Tasmania. You can go to Cradle Mountain, that's less than an hour away. The caves are only 20 minutes away. Jerusalem Wall for walks as well. So there's something for everyone. And fishing.
Also, we've got the zoo.
Oh yeah, Truwana Wildlife Park.
Yes.
And it's the home of all of the Tasmanian wildlife research.
Depends what kind of animal it is. She's only half grown. She weighs about 12 kilos. She's got a fair bit of growing to do. I will get her out shortly and we'll all get a chance to pack. They're a vegetarian herbivore. They're territorial. In Tasmania, they live over the whole landmass from the highest mountains down to the coast. So they're quite a durable, tough animal. And in the wild, they live in a territory of about 4 square kilometres. So they don't just eat one food, they eat a wide variety. And a lot of the time, that means that they're consuming vast amounts of food to get what they need to survive. So wombats do eat a huge amount of tucker, and a lot of the time they are doing a lot of poos as well, which sounds a bit gross, but wombats are a very scent-driven animal. So a lot of the time their eyesight isn't great, especially in the daytime. So the way she moves, it looks cumbersome, but she can move really fast. And they're also quite flexible, so she can kind of compress herself down, elongate herself.
I'm here at the Truwana Park with Kenna. Mate, this is a great park here. We're out in the sticks of Tasmania.
Yep.
But I've come here in search of the Tasmanian devil. Tell us a bit about the Tasmanian devil, endangered species.
Yep, so our Tasmanian devils, they're a critically endangered animal now. They are the world's largest surviving carnivorous marsupial. These days only found in Tasmania, quite an iconic species for us down here. A lot of interesting behaviours, the noises they make and the way they socially feed is what gives them quite an amazing reputation.
Well, I'm glad I've come down to the park to meet these amazing animals. I hope that they do battle that disease and get that self-immune system up and power through.
When we're talking about the devil facial tumour disease, we have seen some changes occurring over the last few years through monitoring the wild population. It is definitely still a massive issue for devils. It is still out there and it is still killing devils, but we are starting to see through research of the wild population also devils that are being captured with the disease, microchipped, re-released, recaptured at a later date with either healthy tissue that's begun to grow over the tumours and they've decreased in size, or in 23 cases that was released in a report recently where they have no signs of the tumour other than some scar tissues. That's a massive thing that's occurring that shows us their immune system is starting to fight that disease. How that keeps going in the wild, whether the disease mutates further or as the population rises we start to see it spread more. We're not out of the woods, but definitely it's a positive sign. Devil young are called imps. A devil can eat about a third of its body weight if it's hungry, and you'll see them basically become really wide and they start to waddle. If a devil in the wild found this carcass, it would eat its absolute fill and then go like as close as it could and go to sleep. The peninsula and Barrington Tops on the mainland. So we've got thousands of devils now in captivity. They're very important for their survival of their species because we did think that they were going to be lost in the wild for a while. We've protected the genetic diversity of the species through that population, and all the devils that breed are bred on a stud book program, so all their genetics are mapped. These little eastern poles, so he's obviously relaxed. He's going to be sniffing around for any scents that are around. Most people's interaction with them unfortunately is not positive. It's either going to be seeing them on the road, being hit because they're eating roadkill on the road, or unfortunately they do love eating people's chickens. If you do leave your chicken shed unlocked, it's going to be a similar situation to what would happen if a fox got in. They've got a strong prey drive. They've also got strong, sharp teeth and a very strong jaw strength. So if they get into your chickens, they're going to basically eat as many as they can, or at least kill as many as they can. So in the wild, even though he's licking me, in a chicken shed, he's got all these big fat birds that are confined to a space. They haven't got any natural evasion or defensive skills anymore because we bred it out of them. They panic, and basically what happens from there is that he just goes to town. Mostly be in forested areas. They will live around people, but generally they're just going to be a lot shyer if there's dogs around, and they're classified as rare here. So he's obviously relaxed. He's going to be sniffing around for any scents that are around, so just like most marsupials.
Guys, got to come and see this place here. Pete the Surferoo. See you next time. Cheers.
Which is amazing. You can hand feed kangaroos. I mean, we have lots of kangaroos here as well, but wombats, quolls, everything. So it's an amazing experience.
And if you wander into the backyard, just out of your cabin, you get your 3 sheep.
We've got sheep, chickens, goats are on the way.
And your little fella?
Little puppy here, Billy. Oh. So Billy, what do we say? Mole Creek Cabins? Yay! Do you love it? Yay! Our gardens are in at the moment, so lots of organic produce for people as well, so they can
That's
pick
what we
from
want.
the gardens and cook in their cabins.
That's great stuff. Well, it's a pleasure talking to you. I
Thanks,
stayed
Pete.
here for 2 nights. I just had the best time here. And of course, we got the snow. It was snowing. I actually experienced my first snow
Really?
for ages,
Oh, wow.
for a long time.
Fantastic.
And that magnificent rainbow, it doubled up.
Absolutely, and of course the stars at night here are amazing as well. You see the full Milky Way, the Southern Cross. It's just beautiful. Come on down, come visit.
Guys, the name of the place,
Mole Creek Cabins.
remember that when you're coming through. Pete the Surferoo. We're going down to Struan now. Check it out. Bye for now.